Let's try this again because I got a phone call in the middle of me trying to do it just a hot minute ago. So, Midas Touch Network put this out 4 hours ago, it looks like. Maybe a little bit longer. Pope Francis rails against backward U.S. conservatives, says ideology is replacing faith. The Pope has had it with MAGA. Oh, Papa Francis. By the way, he's like the favorite Pope in my lifetime. Okay, Pope Francis called U.S. conservative Catholics backward in a meeting with members of the Jesuit order in Lisbon, Portugal, on August 5th. During the meeting, Francis was speaking with a Jesuit priest who was who was describing his experience on sabbatical in the United States, during which he experienced U.S. Catholics attacking the Pope for his more progressive views. Francis acknowledged the priest's report by citing a very strong, organized, reactionary attitude in the U.S. church, which he called backward. He claimed that in this type of faith environment, people abandon traditions for ideologies, and that ideologies replace faith. Let's skip the ads, y'all. Pope Francis. I want to remind these people that backwardness is useless, and they must understand that there's a correct evolution in the understanding of questions of faith and morals. God damn, I wish my dad would read this. Recent polling suggests that Trump supporters in the U.S. trust Trump more than they trust religious leaders, family, and friends. Well, I've personally experienced this. Here is a report from Midas Touch contributor Coach D about right-wing Christians in the U.S. in the Trump era abandoning the Bible for being too liberal. Okay, so I guess we need to go to the video at this point.
What's up, everyone? Coach D speaks here. Okay. So recently, an evangelical pastor expressed his concern about other evangelical pastors telling him that their Trump-loving congregants have become so militant that they are even rejecting the teachings of Jesus Christ. And this is something that I have illustrated for a long time. They used to ask, what would Jesus do? Now, if you ask them, is that what Jesus would do? They basically say, screw Jesus. I mean, an evangelical pastor referenced the time when a pastor was speaking about the teachings of Christ and talked about turning the other cheek. A congregant came up to him after and said, where'd you get those liberal talking points? The pastor said, I'm literally quoting Jesus Christ. And the response was, yeah, I know. That doesn't work anymore. That's weak. Again, when a pastor was speaking about the teachings of Jesus Christ and talked about turning the other cheek.
That's weak. That's weak. We don't love thy neighbor anymore, right? We harass our neighbors now. We're as loud as fuck around our neighbors' properties now, right? We're threatening and hostile to our neighbors now. And we're teaching our kids to do it too, right? Is that what's happening? That's what's happening, right?
A congregant came up and said, Jesus Christ's teachings are liberal and weak. Now, I know some of you might be a bit confused. Some of you might be trying to understand how people could be this way. But this is easy. So easy to explain. Let me show you. Watch this video of Carrie Lake first.
But, okay, who's the smart aleck? Who's the smart aleck out there? Sir, thank you. We really need President Trump. I'm going to be honest. He asked about VP, and because people ask that, we got to get President Trump to be our nominee. I know whoever he picks is going to be a great choice. And when I show up to vote for him in November of 24, whoever he picks, I'm voting for with every ounce of my being. I want him in office.
Think about this.
This is the Church of MAGA, right? The Church of MAGA.
Many people have traded church for these pseudo-campaign rallies. They have replaced Jesus with Trump. People like Carrie Lake are their preachers. Remember, Carrie Lake isn't a politician. She isn't in office. This is not a campaign rally. This is church. And the people yelling praises at her are the congregation. They stand at their pulpit or podium and pontificate the teachings of their Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. Seriously, where do you think this comes from?
Marxists, communists, fascists indict me. I consider it a great, great, great badge of honor. I do. Because I'm being indicted for you. I am being indicted for you. Thanks a lot.
So just as...
Hey, yeah, so, like, if I shoplift in the local store, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you all. Doing it for you. Because, you know, I want to be a leader in my community, too. Like, I just, you know, if I do anything wrong, I'm doing it for you.
Just as Jesus was persecuted for you, Trump is being indicted for you. And that's what his disciples, surrogates, are preaching. Marjorie Taylor Greene already said this.
And I am here to tell you right now, I will vote for President Trump, even if he is in jail.
So they've already conceded that Donald Trump is probably going to prison. Yeah. And that he will pardon himself. And then him stepping out of prison, they will liken to Jesus' other cheek.
It should be interesting to see, though. I'm not going to play this whole video because I'm already bored with this bullshit. But basically, Marjorie Taylor Greene just got chased out of Fulton County because his hardcore supporters believe that she is, she had an altercation with Laura Loomer, who I guess got like a job. I think she got like a job on Trump's campaign. And she likes to show up at all these things to try and get some like recognition, get some airtime with the media and stuff. And she got chased out because they feel that she's too close to Kevin McCarthy. They are making accusations that she's having an affair with that guy, when there are also accusations that she was having an affair with her personal trainer, and that's why she had a divorce. I don't know. I don't care who she's fucking. I'll be real. As long as it's not affecting the political landscape. So it can't be Kevin McCarthy. It can be her personal trainer. That's fine.
Cheek. A congregant came up to him after and said, "Where'd you get those liberal talking points? Could be this way." But this is easy. So easy to explain. Let me show you. Watch this video of Carrie Lake first.
But, okay, who's the smart aleck? Who's the smart aleck out there? Sir, thank you. We really need President Trump. I'm going to be honest. He asked about VP, and because people ask that, we got to get President Trump to be our nominee. I know whoever
He asked me about VP. Really? Carrie Lake? You couldn't even win your Senate race. All right.
picks is going to be a great choice. And when I show up to vote for him in November of 24, Whoever he picks, I'm voting for with every ounce of my being. I want that.
Think about this. Many people have traded church for these pseudo-campaign rallies. They have replaced Jesus with Trump. People like Carrie Lake are their preachers. Remember, Carrie Lake isn't a politician. She isn't in office. This is not a campaign rally. This is church. And the people yelling praises at her are the congregation. They stand at their pulpit or podium and pontificate the teachings of their Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. Seriously, where do you think this comes from?
Marxists, communists, fascists indict me. I consider it a great, great, great badge of honor. I do. Because I'm being indicted for you. I am being indicted for you. Thanks a lot.
It's going to be great when I get to see the police officers grab him by the pussy.
So just as Jesus was persecuted for you, Trump is being indicted for you. And that's what his disciples, surrogates, are preaching. Marjorie Taylor Greene already said this.
And I am here to tell you right now, I will vote for President Trump, even if he is in jail.
So they've already conceded that Donald Trump is probably going to prison and that he will pardon himself. And then him stepping out of prison, they will liken to Jesus' resurrection. Just watch. Charlie Kirk recently had Matt Gaetz on and tweeted out a video. This was the caption. Congressman Matt Gaetz has a bold plan he believes could immunize Donald Trump from Jack Smith's politically weaponized crusade.
Right.
Bring Trump in to testify before the House as a whistleblower, thereby triggering certain pre-existing immunity protections. Will it work? No idea. A crusade. A crusade, really. Okay, and listen, I watched the video so you don't have to. And Matt Gaetz' bold plan isn't bold at all. And spoiler alert, Kirk asks, will it work? No. No, it won't work. But the biggest problem is that what's being preached in these pseudo-churches is dangerous. Here's what someone said at a recent Marjorie Taylor Greene church.
I'm going to do one more. Yes, sir.
What is the penalty for treason? Okay, we know treason has been committed, and nobody having to answer for it. Something has got to be done. It's treason. Our country, our Constitution has been stomped under the feet.
Yep.
It's written according to the Bible. Like you said, we've got to get pledged for the country. And we got to be, people got to be tried for treason.
And death penalty. Yes. Well, I think we're ending on a right note. Listen, thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate you coming. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And these are not coincidences. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been spewing this nonsense for a long time. This is her leading up to January 6th.
Representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death, is what treason is.
No, I'll echo the words
These are cult leaders. This is a cult. This is a cult. These are cult leaders.
of many of my colleagues as we were just meeting together in our GOP conference meeting this morning. This is our 1776 moment. But here's the deal. If this generation doesn't stand up and defend freedom, it's gone.
Yeah.
And once it's gone, freedom doesn't come back by itself. The only way you get your freedoms back is it's earned with the price of blood.
So again, they believe Donald Trump is their Messiah, they're his disciples, and you are their marks. And the only way to rid ourselves of these political rodents is to vote them out. Period.
Hey, Midas Mighty, love this report. Continue the conversation by following.
Well, that's not entirely true. There are obviously at least 4 indictments at this point, and there's probably more coming. So, is voting them out the only way? No. Because there's also reports saying that because the court schedule has been advanced, Partially because at least two of the defendants in Georgia have asked for a speedy trial, which means that I think the court date is now scheduled for like October 23rd or the 24th. Somewhere right around there. It is entirely possible that the 14th Amendment will be enacted and his name's going to have to be removed off of the ballot, which, god damn, that would just save everybody so much time and energy. Like, seriously, Republicans, if you really want to challenge Biden, you should probably be focusing on running Chris Christie, but he probably can't do it either. And I'll be real, I would rather that Republicans never had control ever again, because you're all stupid. And the shit you've put us through in the last decade has been just so crazy. Okay, let's go. Let's roll.